Hello, this is Blake Levine, and today we're doing an educational discussion about bipolar disorder and career success. And I want to share that for many companies, they don't often talk about it openly every day because it's a difficult thing to go through and experience as a business, but oftentimes even Fortune 1000 companies have cycles where some days things are going well, they're getting lots of sales, customers are buying, business is growing, and then things completely stop or completely slow down. And oftentimes for large companies, they have to plan not just for today or tomorrow, but they have to buy for weeks, months, and even years in advance. And for those that face having a company and understand about bipolar and the realities of that in economics, it makes things much more challenging when you're trying to plan for your life and business and you don't know the outcome of a day or a week or a month. And I want to share that in the news this week, we had a possible government shutdown in the United States, where I am, though we do work globally. And as part of that, we had previously had another government shutdown that lasted an astronomical 35 days. So as a result of whatever has happened, and we're just in the first weekend of what's possibly a national emergency, the government not shutting down, but there being lawsuits against the president and things like that because it didn't want to go through the Congress and the House and whatever the traditional things are that happen, whether you like politics or are for one side or against them. And what I want to say to that is it's created an amount of uncertainty that's not possibly understood unless you look at bipolar and understand how up and downs can happen. And this previous week, we were also sending some of our American people to China to discuss the trade policies and the trade war that's been going on for a long time. The tariffs are set to expire in the next few weeks, and because of that, we hope to find a resolution. Now, I read the South China Morning Post learning about some of the China news to have a global look and outlook for the world, especially from a bipolar perspective. And what I started to notice was at first it seemed like, oh, they're meeting later in the week and they're hopeful. And then it said, things are going terrible. There's something along those lines. They're not getting along and there's a chance there will be no resolution. And then by the end, they will have a resolution. And now this following week, they'll come to the United States, the Chinese delegation, and meet with people here. So what I say is if you're a business owner or you have a large company or even a Fortune 1000 company, they are starting to say, well, how did it go? So now we do have trade wars getting worse, or now it's getting better, or yes, there is peace, or no, there isn't peace, or, yes, Donald Trump will last this full term of his presidency. Some of us here are wondering what will happen with the investigation into him and how that will impact business and things. There's also been inclement weather throughout parts of the U.S. Here in San Diego, where I live, we had some severe storms, as well as in San Francisco and Los Angeles, and there were some mudslides that damaged things. And prior to that, we had a large fire. So if you're running a massive business, you can just imagine how that impacts what you do on a small or large scale. If you're running a small business, it's just you, that's also very much indicative of what your future will be. Do you have reserves in the bank? Do you have a great line of credit? And what if you've taken on a lot of debt and you have to decide if you can handle it or if you have to renew the debt? Sometimes we have companies that have bonds and need to be able to re-access their financing. So these are real huge issues. And when you put the bipolar factor in, is it going up? Is it going down? Are stocks going up? Is it a time to maybe think of an IPO? If you have a company, is it time to buy more, build more, do more, or is it a time to step back and say, I want to smell the roses, not just in my career, not just in my company, in my life, and in every aspect. And that's why I'm here. Smell the roses. Smell what this is. Smell what it says. When I say I'm going to step back and smell the roses, the idea to me is I take a moment to be grateful for all that is working. Everything, whatever it is. I'm able to be alive. I'm able to work. I'm able to think. I'm able to have food. I'm able to have fun. If I have a place to live, I'm grateful for that. If I have a company, I'm so happy. If I'm a CEO of a conglomerate, I'm glad I got that spot. If I'm working at a company, at least I'm bringing some money in. And that's stepping back and smelling the roses. And then within that, the problem is you smell the roses. Some of us step in and say, well, I don't want to go to work on Monday. Or, oh, it's a holiday Monday, I got to go on Tuesday. Or, oh, Is it going to get better? Do I even want to keep trying? Did I waste all my energy? Is this CEO spot going to last for more than another 3 years on my contract? Do I want to go to another company? Do I want to go to another country? Do I want to go to another part of the world and just take a vacation? So what I'm saying to you is, remember who you are. Remember what you're doing. Step back and smell the roses. And when you face those mental conditions that are common of, oh, it's good, oh, it's bad. And these days, the velocity of that up and down movements in our markets, in our minds, in our companies, in our work is happening at a pace that's not talked about, but it needs to be helped, encouraged. And part of what I do with my corporate coaching is allow people to find the way to succeed, to say, I'm on a road. If it takes 10 years and I try to, even if things are shifting, if I shift them calmly and I shift them with love and I shift them with beauty and I shift them with ingenuity, with happiness, with peace, with love, with openness, with learning, then the rose is still beautiful. And when I step back and I'm calmly looking, I now have a beautiful rose garden or rose bush or a business that is there, that is at this highest valuation, that has a potential to be sold, has a potential to be merged. If I'm starting a business, it wins. If I have a business, it grows. If I'm looking for a job, I get one and it becomes great and I move up to the top of the company. You can do that and you can do more. Call us today at 213-304-9555. That's 213-304-9555. This is Blake Levine, CEO of BipolarOnline.com. We've had conversations by email with hundreds of CEOs, including many from the number one in their industry, Fortune 1000 companies, and will help you, even if you don't have the $25 billion budget that some of these companies have on marketing, on promotion, on consulting. We will work with you and get you to be the prettiest rose in the corporate possibility of your life.